evening. Tonight we have a special CNN Christmas presentation about the nullification crisis. I am your host, Caitlin Morris. First, I will be speaking to Luciana Strathern about the Alien Sedition Acts. Our second guest will be Thomas Jefferson, who will be talking about the Virginia and Kentucky resolutions, which countered these acts and introduced the idea of nullification. Thank you for inviting me to your office today. It's quite a pleasure.
Thank you for coming.
Let's get down to business. Almost a year ago today, you reported on the passing of the Alien and Sedition Acts.
Yes, I did.
To recap these acts passed last year, the Alien Acts raised the resident requirements of alien citizenship from 5 to 14 years and allowed the president to deport or jail any undesirable aliens. The Sedition Acts set fines and jail terms for anyone trying to hinder the operation of the government of anyone expressing false, scandalous, or malicious statements against the government. Because of this act, the federal government prosecuted and jailed many Democratic Republican editors, publishers, and politicians. So, Ms. Strathern, what were the consequences of these acts?
Democratic Republicans believed that these acts were a misuse of power, so this caused a lot of tension between the political parties. The Republicans believed that the Sedition Act was a violation of the First Amendment.
Oh. Yes, which guaranteed freedom of speech.
Exactly. Now, all of these immigrants coming into the country could not become citizens under the Alien Acts. With citizenship also comes the ability to vote.
Yes, of course.
Yes, so the Republicans have the majority of the votes from French immigrants.
The Alien Acts took votes away from the Republicans.
Yes.
Now, how did these acts connect to the idea of nullification?
With the idea of nullification, states can declare void any acts passed by Congress that they consider unconstitutional. James Madison and Thomas Jefferson wrote the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions, which present this idea.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to be part of this documentary.
Now we're going to move to Thomas Jefferson, who will tell us more about this nullification crisis. Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm at the Monticello House to talk to Mr. Jefferson about the nullification crisis. Let's go meet him.
Hello, come in.
Hello.
Weather turned dreary, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Hi, my name's Caitlin.
I'm Thomas Jefferson.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Come on in.
Okay. You have a lovely house.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started. So today I'm going to be interviewing you on the nullification crisis and the Alien Sedition Acts. How does that sound?
Sounds excellent.
Okay. So why were these resolutions written?
James Madison and I wrote these resolutions in response to the Alien and Sedition Acts. These acts were an incredible misuse of power by the government. They endanger the system of checks and balances that the Constitution has provided us with.
So you believe that these acts demonstrated powers of the government that the Constitution does not grant?
Yes, the Sedition Act undermines the freedom of speech guaranteed by the First Amendment.
So James Madison wrote the Virginia Resolutions December 24th of 1798. Could you tell us how these resolutions differ from the newer Kentucky resolutions?
Well, the resolutions that I wrote for Kentucky were approved on December 3rd. In it, I have discussed the idea of nullification.
the states have the right to reject unconstitutional acts passed by Congress, correct?
Yes, this is true.
So how do you think this will impact the future of America?
Nullification grants greater power to the states and to the people. It is also a greater assurance that this country will continue to abide by the Constitution.
Thank you for allowing me to visit your home today and letting me interview you.
You are very welcome. I am glad to be a part of this documentary, which educates the people of this country.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in on our CNN documentary tonight. We had an excellent time interviewing Ms. Strathern and Mr. Jefferson. I hope you'll tune in next time. Have a good night and Merry Christmas.